Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. So, today I'm going to be using these Hubman and Chubgirl stickers. They're called the Winter Onesies Town collection. I purchased the journal pack, which includes these 10 sheets of stickers, and I'll be using these throughout my January setup. So, let's get started. So, I'm starting with my January cover page. I'm using the brush tip end of a pale blue mild liner to just kind of sketch in some rolling snowy hills. And I felt like it needed a little bit of blue on the bottom just to ground the pages. And then to create kind of a glistening snow effect, I took a silver gel pen and just traced over the same lines of the rolling hills. And then once it's done, I can start placing stickers. And since this is the cover page, I'm going to start by placing one of the large January headers kind of in the middle of this page. These winter onesies from Hubman and Chubgirl is so cute. I love all the little girls frolicking around in their cute little animal onesies. I just love this collection. One of these little characters is ice skating, so I'm using a pale gray mild liner to draw in a frozen pond for her to ice skate on. So here's our cute little ice skating girl. She's going to go on the pond. And then I'm going to scatter some of these other characters around in our scene and add some other little elements as well. So normally I don't create a monthly cover page. I just create weekly pages continuously. But since January this year starts on a Wednesday, I didn't need 2 pages for the first week of January. So that allowed me to use more stickers and create a cover page for January. And then I'm using my silver gel pen to put a few flying snowflakes. And then I'm also using it to create the boxes for my days. So I don't use a monthly calendar, so I skip it. I only use weekly pages. So these 4 boxes will hold the first 4 days of January: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm labeling those with the stickers. And then I will have space on the bottom to decorate. Along the bottom of the page, I'm using various buildings and houses to create a little town next to the snowy hills where the girls are out playing. So there we have our January cover page and our first half week of January. So flipping over to the next page, I'll start working on the following week. So I like to have all of my January weeks to have the same layout. I guess it's just less confusing for me that way. So I am going to go ahead and create 8 boxes along the top of the 2-page spread. The 8th box is going to be for notes. So I'm going to repeat that for all of the weeks of January. January ends on a Friday, so for the last week of January, I will only draw 6 boxes, leaving off the Saturday box and the notes box. Eventually, Saturday, February 1st, and the notes box will go on this page, but I haven't decided what my February theme is yet. So right now, I'm going to leave it blank. So that's what I mean when I say I make my week's pages continuous and I don't generally have space for a monthly cover page. It's only because January started on a Wednesday that I had space for a cover page this month. So now that I have all of the boxes drawn in for January, I can start putting in my stickers to label each day. So the last box is going to be for my notes, but the journal pack of stickers doesn't come with a notes label. I did have these index tabs stickers with some similar colors, so I cut some strips off of that, and I'm using my black Pigma Micron pen to write notes in a similar font to the other days of the week. And then I did lose a little bit of footage, but I used that same pale blue mild liner to draw a line along the bottom. I used a small January header sticker along the bottom because there wasn't space to put it on the top. And then I scattered a few houses and girls in their little cute onesies along the bottom to decorate. And I continue the same process through all of the weeks of January. So you've probably noticed that I leave a fairly large blank space underneath my planner boxes. I use that as kind of my flex space. If I have any new habits I want to start tracking, I can put a habit tracker in that space. I can use that space for memory keeping, which is generally what I do. And I could also do journaling in that space. I could add ephemera and other stickers to that space. And if I don't have a lot to say on a particular week, I could just add more decoration to fill in that space or just leave it blank. My cat Fig decided to break up the monotony of placing stickers by placing himself into the journal. He even decided to push the camera around and tried to steal my binder clip. But we must carry on, and eventually he did let me finish. With my January weekly pages now finished, I'm going to flip to the front of my journal where I have my health trackers, and I will set up my January health tracker pages. So I start by cutting the edge of the middle page out. My health tracking pages are two-page spreads per month, and the middle page is a Dutch door. And I didn't cut off enough of the middle page the first time, so I have to cut off just a little bit more so that my heading, which is along the side of the last page, will show up. And I'm using my corner rounder to finish off my corners. I had already penciled in my heading, so now I'll use my black micron again to outline my January health tracker heading. I don't do a lot of decorating on my health tracker pages. Those pages are generally more functional, but I do like my health tracker pages to coordinate with my monthly theme, so I tried to copy the font from the Hubman and Chubgirl headers. And I will also use the same colors for this setup as I did on the weekly pages. Underneath my heading, you can see the tabs for all of my health tracker pages for the entire year. So I like to have all of my health tracker pages together in the beginning of my journal. If you want to see how I set that up, you can check out my 2025 setup video. With my header done, I erased my pencil lines, and then I moved to the left edge of the first page, and I'm putting in the numbers and days of the week, just the first letter of each day of the week. Fig had to come back and check on me again. He was completely determined to get thoroughly in my way today. Now I'm going to use the bullet end of that same blue mild liner to draw a line along the right side of the days of the week. And then I'm going to use that same marker to create brackets along the top of the page. I draw my brackets at an angle just so the line can be a little bit longer and I have a little bit more space to write. I kind of wish I had actually used a ruler. I was trying not to use a ruler, but it's very hard to make a straight line when you're not actually following the dot grids. In each of these brackets, I will write down the various things that I'll be tracking throughout the month. So things like my medications, and underneath along each day, I can write down what time I took them. I can also write down my symptoms, so I can either track that as plus or minus, as in the symptom was present that day or not, or on a scale from 0 to 10. If you want a more thorough explanation on how I use my health tracker pages, I also have a video of that on my channel as well. And I'm using the same blue mild liner to draw a line between each week, just so I have a visual separation from week to week. I'm going to flip to the back of my Dutch door page and extend those lines about halfway across this page. You can see that the days of the week are visible from this page as well, so I didn't have to write them twice. The right-hand side of this page is going to be for notes. The first set of lines I wrote on the back side of the Dutch door page is where I mark my exercise or activity for the day. Next to that, on the same page, I'll put a heading that says AM medications. Instead of listing each medication separately, I will put them in groups. So eventually there will be AM, evening, and late medications on that page. The rest of the information on my health tracker pages I will fill out off camera because it is a little bit personal. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to add a piece of sticker release paper. I'm going to glue it into the back page of my journal. It's going to be what I call sticker parking. So if I have stickers that I want to carry with me, but I don't want to carry sheets and sheets of stickers, I can put them on this page of sticker parking. And I'm using a little bit of key washi just to hold down the edges. I also like to have sticky notes with me, so I will take a few off the top of a stack and just stick it into the back of my journal. These ones are from Erin Condren. And then the last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a small kind of flag sticky note and make a reusable to-do list item. So I'm going to use another Hubman and Chubgirl sticker. It's a little kitty sitting in a box. So that's just a reminder for me to scoop the litter box. So when I put it on a sticky note, I can just move it from day to day so I don't have to write it constantly over and over again. Eventually it will lose its stickiness and I can just make a new one. So with that all done, we're ready for our final flip through. So our cover page and first half week, and then all of the remaining weeks of January are all decorated similarly. And my health tracker pages are set up and ready to get filled out. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching.